Thank you for coming. I'm so excited to have Michel Mirabal in our city. He is a graduate of San Alejandro Fine Arts University and a very prestigious recipient of the Rockefeller Grant while studying in New York City. Right? Thank you. Thank you to the Rockefellers. Also, he has a degree in design with the High Design University in Havana. And the really amazing thing about this artist is he has this ability to bring struggle and beauty together in one place. And it was such an honor to be asked to assist in bringing somebody so incredible into Kansas City.
Who asked you?
Dalia?
Oh, how did this happen?
I was I met Michael McClintock about 9 years ago, and then he has really good taste in wives. So. But it's just been a pleasure to watch these two collaborate and do creative projects in the city. This, I'm sure, will just blow us away as well. I can't say how important it is to consider the timing of your work and the idea that territory and violence is so abstract and so unnecessary. And part of the reason that we are artists is that we have the ability and the capacity to make people think and heal and move forward. And there was a really fun cartoon my friend Pablo Rivera posted a couple of weeks ago, and it was an artist, and he had a show, and the patron had walked into the gallery, and the dealer said, the way that you can participate is by purchasing the work. And I think Kansas City is really incredible because we are a city that's so supportive of the arts, just spontaneously and historically. And I see a room full of people that are supportive and open-minded and hardworking. And their nails done. So I am excited to hear you speak about your work. I'm excited to have you in my studio, and I'm excited to meet you as well. And thank you so much for coming, and please say what you need to say.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
And you see, before I speak English, but I want to say in Spanish because I don't want to make any mistake. My beautiful wife going to translate for me. Wow, I'm going to read in English. Muchas gracias, estoy muy emocionado y agradecido de que un artista que recién conozco con una fantástica obra me presente ante ustedes de tal manera. Les confieso que estoy un poco apenado por tan linda acogida de su parte. Te agradezco mucho y espero tener la oportunidad que en mi estudio en La Habana puedas organizar una muestra y compartas tu arte con mi familia y my country, mi país. Okay.
Thank you very much, President, for receiving us here. We are very grateful that an artist that I recently met with such a magnificent work introduced me to you in this way. I must confess that I am blushing a little because this is beautiful and warm welcome. I thank you, Peregrine, and I hope to have the chance to receive you in my studio in La Habana with my family, and that you could organize an exhibition to share your art with our people and my country.
Yes.
Next step. Well, en primer lugar, yo quiero decir que mi estudio, Finca Calunga y yo, no estamos a favor de ninguna guerra en ningún lugar del mundo. Somos pro vida y en el punto en que estamos, las cosas abogamos porque se llegue a las soluciones reales para que exista la paz y un cese al fuego de inmediato. Una sola baja de cualquiera de los dos bandos es una pérdida irrecuperable para nuestra humanidad.
In the first place, I would love to say that my studio Finca Calunga and I do not support any war in any part of the world. We are on the side of life and peace. So at this point, we plead for peaceful solutions of the conflict and an immediate ceasefire, because a single casualty on any side would be an irreparable loss for humanity.
This is very important.
Yes.
Yeah, well, now we're going to talk. Esta oportunidad de estar aquí con ustedes es gracias principalmente a my friend Dalila y su esposo Michael, quienes llevan un hermoso proyecto cultural que se llama Cuban Artist. Y los conocimos hace un tiempo, y bueno, a Dalia hace mucho más, y somos grandes amigos. Nuevamente, muchas gracias a Cuban Artist, a Dalia y Michael por la oportunidad. Ustedes son increíbles. A mis amigos Cafarelli y su esposa Lauren, que tuve el placer de tenerlos en mi estudio en La Habana. Es un sueño hecho realidad de estar ahora en su ciudad. Quisiera también agradecer a mis sponsors que han hecho posible mi visita, a Tim Koch and Family, Jimmy and Courtney Edwards, Tom and Molly Freeman, Sandy and Christine Kemper, Gord Van Capel and Family, Doug and Brenda Walter, Investment LLC, Artists and Craftsman Supply, Arriba, the place we are, Unique Boutique Long, it's fantastic place, recommend. Agradecer a Linda Layton. Okay. Consuelo Cruz y Paul por su tremendo apoyo. Les agradezco infinitamente a todos la oportunidad de poder venir a Kansas City, es una ciudad que nos ha fascinado y nos encantaría repetir muchas veces más. Un paréntesis, y aquí entre nosotros, nunca he tenido la dicha de ver tanta gente amable y tan noble en USA. Es un tremendo placer estar aquí con ustedes.
The opportunity of being here with you today is mainly thanks to my friend Dalida and her husband Michael, who are the founders and the beautiful culture project Cubans. We have worked together before and have become good friends. Again, thanks to Cubanists, Dalida and Michael, you guys are amazing. Thanks also to my friends Bob and Lauren Coffarelli, who I had the pleasure of having in my studio in Havana, and visiting their city is a dream that became a reality. We would also like to thank the sponsors that have made our visit to Kansas possible. Next year. Peregrine Honey, all right. Bob and Lauren Coffarelli, Tim Cook and Family, Jimmy and Courtney Edwards, Tom and Molly Freeman, Sandy and Christine Kemper, Kurt Van Keppel and Family, Doug and Brenda Walters from Walters Investments, Artists and Craftsman Supply, and Arriva Unique Boutique Watching. We also like to thank Linda Langton, Consuelo Cruz, and Steve Paul for their tremendous support. Thanks to all those who have contributed to a visit to Kansas City, a city that has fascinated us and that we will love to visit many more times, and that is full of kind people. Actually, I have never seen such a friendly people in the US. It's true. It is a huge pleasure to be here with you.
Yeah. Dicho esto, empiezo por comentarles de nuestro trabajo, que además del arte se enfoca en el apoyo a niños sin amparo filial, en proyectos comunitarios profundos con las personas menos favorecidas. Digo esto de primero porque nosotros en Finca Calunga nos tomamos muy en serio esta parte de nuestro trabajo, y a través del arte y sus dividendos podemos llegar a la gente y ayudar en lo que podamos. Eso nos hace muy felices. Mi trabajo artístico cuenta ya con 26 años de carrera y 12 series desarrolladas, todas se enfocan en el ser humano como punto de partida y la sociedad, en la que se desarrolla la libertad, el deseo de cambiar su entorno para bien y las relaciones sociales. Mi mayor deseo es ser un artista internacional desde mi nacionalidad y mis raíces.
All this said, now we're going to talk about our work, which is also committed to giving support to non-parental care children and focuses on helping people in vulnerable situations. That's what we do in Finca Calunga, which is the name of the community project and the name of my studio. We take this project very seriously, so we use the profits from our work to help these people. It is something that fills us with joy. I have a 26-year artistic career and 12 visual series, all related to human beings, society, freedom, and the desire of changing the environment for good as starting points. My deepest desire is becoming an international artist by creating a work from Cuba, uplifting my nationality and my roots.
En esta oportunidad trataré de abordar la mayoría de mis series, quizás 2 o 3 de cada una, para que tengan una idea de lo que hemos hecho a lo largo de este tiempo. Yo soy de esos artistas que no me gusta sentirme encasillado y trato de que mi discurso pueda llegar a través de diferentes maneras de expresión, formas y colores. El dibujo más clásico hasta el expresionismo más contemporáneo. De eso se trata mi obra, de ser libre y expresar esta libertad en cualquier soporte y estilo. Donde quiera que la inspiración me llama, ahí estaremos, y me encanta decirles que con la gente linda de Kansas City me siento muy inspirado y pretendo hacer un gran trabajo aquí porque lo siento muy adentro de mí. Dentro de cada obra estará mi agradecimiento y mi alma.
This time I'll try to show you most of my series, maybe 2 or 3 pieces from each, so you can have an idea about what I have done during my career. I am one of those artists who doesn't want to feel stuck on a single style or artistic technique. For that reason, my art tries to reach everyone using different ways of expression, shapes and colors, from the most classic drawing to the most contemporary expressionist. That's what my work is about, being free and expressing that freedom in every platform and style. So wherever the inspiration is, I'll be there. And I like to say that I feel very inspired by Kansas City and its people. You will find my soul and my gratitude inside each piece. Thank you. Thank you all. Now we are open to questions.
Yeah, we are. I have to say that I'm very glad to have my director of my studio, Finca Calunga, Mirabal.
I'm recorded by
I'm my wife, Delia, like you see, English is very good. Better than mine, for no reason. I'm ugly. Yeah. If you have any questions, I'm here.
Have you done these here while you're here?
Well, I did this here.
Oh.
And this. I'm gonna start that.
In just one hour.
Yeah, in 2 hours.
What's going on here?
Well, this is my first series. It's about hands, but it's a hands that is not only hands that they have feet, and it's like a human being. She has his own life. It's like a human being. He can make love. She can die. She can do everything. You know. I try to understand the human being, because with the hands we do everything, you know. And with our
Legs.
feet, we can go for the life
Legs.
and find another places. And this is the that I want to do in this area. I created in the '96, but a lot of time ago, in the '80s, in the end of '80s, I made the first drawings of the hands. Well, I usually at 5 years old, I start to paint, you know, work on my mother know that and take me to the places because I'm very, when I'm a child, I'm very conflicted. Yeah. My mother put me in the psychology, you know. But the psychologist said, no. This is not this place. Psychiatra. Well.
They just didn't understand that you were an artist.
Yeah.
That was what was going on.
Yeah, your art appears to be involved quite a bit with pattern and rhythm. Could you talk about how, I mean, if that's an accurate observation, could you talk about how that works, and how you bring that into your vision?
Okay.
Patterns and rhythm?
Well, my family is a family artist family. My grandmother, she's Haitian. Is the most important artist in Haiti. She died now, but it's like I don't know, like Willie Nelson here. Yeah. It's the most popular and important artist in all time in Haiti. She came to Cuba because Duvalier once killed her. She come to Cuba. She started playing. Well, she played in Haiti, but well, I go to speak Spanish because she's here for something.
Do help.
Well, decía que mi abuela era una revolucionaria en Haití y era una de las artistas más importantes de su época.
His grandmother was one of the most important artists in Haiti. So he incorporated that culture to his artwork. He received that influence from his grandmother, his neighborhood, because he raised in a very marginal neighborhood. So mixed that and he used it for inspiration.
Mi padre, mi tía también eran músicos, todos Raúl fue músico, yo estudié música, lo que me gustó más fue plástica.
His whole family, his father, his aunt, his uncle were musicians, so he took that from them.
Y en el barrio, bueno, de niño, en la esquina del barrio se usaba tocar rumba en la esquina.
So when he was a child, in his neighborhood, they played jazz genres. So
Y todo lo que tiene la música, es decir, el africanismo, toda la música francesa, la música afro que de mi país y demás, eso tiene una historia alrededor y nos va más allá de la música y eso es lo que incorporó a nosotros.
The African culture goes, it's not about just music, it's about the whole culture. So he took that elements to incorporate it to his work.
So did your grandmother do political art? Is that why she had to leave Haiti?
Yeah.
Oh.
The name is Martha Jean-Claude. Martha Jean-Claude.
G-H-A-N?
Martha?
I know how to spell that.
Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude. Oh, okay. And you're using a lot of red, white, and blue. Is that talking about
Well,
the
this is the
US?
color of the flag.
Our flag.
I think I love that the Cuban flag and the American flag are the same color.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know.
Because I have to tell you one thing, you don't know, I don't know if you know, I'm daltonic.
Colorblind.
I'm colorblind, it's color. It's very difficult for me because, you know.
Just all the way or just red, blue?
Well, I only see the color of the Cuban flag. Yeah. Yeah. But a little thing that they color in the primary, I don't know what it is. You know? Yeah.
I would like to hear what you have to say about the barbed wire.
Okay.
Tell me.
Well, I love speaking English. Le decían que, como le decías en lo que estaba hablando, que la libertad de expresión es algo que yo abogo por eso y que lucho todos los días porque los artistas puedan expresarse libremente en cualquier momento y en cualquier lugar y en cualquier país.
He argued for the freedom of expression in every way. So his fans always, he always defends them.
Yeah, in Cuba, we have a lot of problems, you know?
Yeah.
Like everywhere, but in Cuba, I'm from Cuba, I'm talking about my problems, you know? If I live here in Kansas, I talk about the problem in Kansas. I don't see too much, but.
Let's stay around for a while.
Sí, well, and in Cuba, we have a lot of problems, you know, but creo que debemos mostrar cuáles son esos problemas, exhibirlos y tratar de cambiarlos y hacer por qué cambien esos problemas. Es por eso que en nuestra enseña nacional pongo flores y pongo alambres de púa, pétalos de flores y alambres de púa. Es decir, a veces hay más flores o menos flores y a veces hay más alambres o menos alambres. Depende del problema.
As an artist, he has to show the world the lights and the lights of any country. So that's why he puts into his artworks flowers and glitters, because he's trying to show reality. Because he thinks that every artist has to be hand to hand with his reality.
Yo creo que es muy lindo y es muy bonito que los artistas que hacen un arte que te hace sentir bien, que te hace sentir confortable, está muy bien, pero la vida no es así. La vida es complicada, la vida nos pone retos.
He's trying to say that maybe people like those kind of paintings that is a kind of simple, tries to show you beautiful colors and, you know, the elements that we always want to see. But he wants to be more, wants to go faster and show what he's trying to say, what he's living right now in Cuba.
Yeah, for example, Pellegrini, me gustó mucho su trabajo porque es un trabajo que te enseña, que te dice, bueno, me quiere decir algo que realmente quizás que no sepa su entorno, pero entiendo que tiene un mensaje. Y eso es lo que me gusta del arte. Me gusta llevar un mensaje y aunque a veces me critiquen y aunque a veces me tilden de cosas que no soy, no importa. Yo creo que el artista tiene que poner el pecho a las balas siempre y ser sincero primero consigo, con su trabajo y después con su realidad.
He wants to communicate his own messages. He doesn't want to be told by people, well, you are as simple, you are like the others. He just wants to be recognized by his own work.
No, normalmente me dicen que soy un artista que a veces soy un poco crudo, o trabajo un poco cruda la realidad. ¿Ah? ¿Sí? ¿Digo eso? ¿Lo oíste? Hay veces me tildan de que soy un artista muy crudo y que retrato la realidad con una manera muy cruda. Pero bueno, la vida creo que es así y eso es lo hermoso que tiene, que la vida es como es y es what it is, ¿no? Por esa razón trato de mi trabajo ser lo más sincero posible. Quizás no sea tan sincero en mi vida cotidiana que en mi trabajo, como lo soy en mi trabajo.
He said that sometimes people call his artwork and him like he's a little hard, but life is hard. He has to communicate that.
Que bueno, que como artista le pongo el pecho a eso, todo eso, porque creo que me like a human being, like an artist, try to como cargar, to hang all this stuff, because I think that we have the responsibility to say the two. I'm only the two. Yeah. See?
Good.
Okay.
How do you deal with that notion of trying to express the truth? Because I look at barbed wire, and the first thing that comes
Yeah.
to mind is trying to be an artist in a society where you have a government
Okay.
that may not necessarily be that particularly welcoming about
Yeah.
people expressing themselves in
Yeah.
ways they may not wish. How do you deal with that as an artist?
I can tell you one thing. In my country, well, I'm going to make this story. The first time that I did the flags in 2006 in Havana, the Bienal of Havana, go in jail. Yeah, well, because I'm making a big mural. I have the approbation of the Minister of Culture and everything, you know. But a guy see that the flag with whatever, and he called it the police, the cops. You know.
Because at that time, they were
Yeah.
not used to see those kind of
No.
paintings.
Yeah, because I spent a lot of time in New York and in Europe, you know, a scholarship in Europe for 4 years. And I came to Havana for the first time to the Bienal of Havana, and I made this big mural. The cops come and tell me, what are you doing with my flag? The flag? I'm an artist now. I have a permission to do that for the Bienal of Havana. No. Well, I'm not in jail, but I am in detention. I have to wait for the guy from the Minister of Culture and everything, yeah, to take me out, you know. But I started to painting the flag, the Cuban flag, on all my series with the Cuban flag. Until now, it's not 100% approved, you know. But I don't fucking care, you know, because it's the same that I told you. I'm artist and I have to do that. I have to do, you know. I have the opportunity to put my work in every too many places around the world, you know. And I got a lot of galleries and museums talking about my work, the flag and everything. The people in Cuba know that, you know. They receive the information, you know. They ask me for more than them, you know. But that I see that never call me for make a big exhibition, never call me for do something very nice in the big galleries, you know, in my country, you know. I decided to make my own gallery in my own country. You know, I bought a tree land or place and I made Finca Calunga. Finca Calunga is my house, it's the place that I have my foundation. I got a building that is my gallery, you know, and I got all my exhibition. Yeah, I got all my exhibition there. I invite artists around the world and Cuba to make exhibitions. Right now, I have the opportunity to put one of my flags in the airport of Havana, in a big mural.
Wow. And the flags have
Yeah, it's a flag.
bar
It's a flag,
flags?
yeah, nowhere and sunflower. It's a premonition that I come to Kansas. Yeah.
Well, that must be
yeah.
pretty political for you to be able to get that.
Well, it's very political, but I don't know how. I did it. We did. Yeah. I right now, 3 years ago, for the pandemic and everything, me di la tarea. I have the commitment to make murals around Cuba, you know, paid by me, you know. I don't want any money from nobody, you know. It's a big murals, 25 meters for 6, 20 meters for 5, you know, something like that. Me and my team, we go to the place, we pay everything we need to do. Of course, we need the permits. It's very complicated in my country, but we have 3. One is Santiago de Cuba, one in Matanzas, another in Cienfuegos, Guantanamo.
Havana, in the
Havana.
principal street of
Yeah,
Havana.
one of the principal street of Havana, 23rd Street, is, I don't know, is the principal
La Rampa.
street here. But, you know,
How are they received? Were they
well,
well
but
with
I want to tell you, I want to know that people love it. People
Yeah.
love it. But I want to tell you one thing. The people in the government don't have problem with that. You know, the high level don't have any problem with the barbed wire. When I want to say something that maybe is a contradiction, they don't care. You know, it's the people in the middle. It's in the middle. You know.
Yeah.
That always have a problem, you know? Always say, stop that, you know, the projects. But, like you see, always have Spanish in my face. And I never stop. I never stop. I always push it. And it's that I have to do. I feel, yeah.
I mean, don't you think it's the role of an artist to push?
Well, I don't know. I keep pushing.
So much of your work is based on your life, your experience in Cuba. With all the different problems going on all around the world, do you as an artist, does that inspire you as an artist, or you try to kind of stay away from it to focus on?
No. I told you before that I have 12 series. This is about the flags, Cuba. But I have another series, 11 more, that are talking about the international, you know. I used to work with galleries and museums around the world, and for that reason, I have to understand what's going on around me, around the world. For example, right now, we want to start a painting about Ukraine, Russia, and everything, the United States, you know. I think that it's very complicated. It's not so easy that CNN says, you know. I want to understand first what's going on, you know, because I know that the Russian people want something because they want to take care about something. I know that the Ukrainian people have the right to do what you have to do. But I know that the American people, the government, want to approach us to get information about this because they want Russia very destroyed, you know. I am not pro-Russia, I am not pro-nothing, you know. I like the peace, you know. But I know that everybody has to own interest, you know. And this is that I want to start for have to be a nice work with that. Yeah. More?
I got one for you.
Yes.
Do you mind telling us a little bit about your experience with President Barack Obama and the painting that you did? I understand he gave a big presentation that was
yeah,
in front of one of your pieces.
Because before that, well, if you know, Obama in Mexico.
In 2014, Michel received a call from the ex-president of the United States, Barack Obama, in 2014. Well, Michel Mirabal hung up the phone, like, because he couldn't believe that. Going, wow, I think anyone could believe that. So finally, he picked up the phone and talked to Barack Obama. So he asked Michel to do a special painting for the announcement of the establishment of the diplomatic relationships between Cuba and the United States. And that's the result. It's behind you.
Well,
It's maybe
it's
the...
not
The
this.
piece.
It's
This is
not-
not the
It's not the
similar.
original. Sorry. It's
This is
very
the version.
similar
This is the
to
version.
the original that we have in our studio in La Habana. And the original is made with the hands of Cuban people and American people. It's something with a very special meaning.
I did it in the house of ambassador of Cuba, of the United States in Cuba, and we used the people from the ambassador and the Cuban in people to make the flags, the American and the Cuban flag. You know? This is special because I did it for me, because I know that in the future I'm going to sell this painting because I'm going to do a lot of things.
Is your handprint on it?
Yeah. But
And the original has the hands of the president,
the president and Michel.
his
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
It's very special.
I have a beautiful letter. He sent
Yeah,
to me.
after that, he received
Yeah.
a letter from the president saying thank you.
Yeah, and he used the painting to talk to the people in Cuba. In BBC, you can find the
ABC
photo.
ABC
The painting
is the
behind,
best.
of course, when this happened, I have the visuals around the world, you know, came CNN, NBC, BBC, Reuters, everybody go to my place. They don't know it that Donald Trump bought me a painting too. Yeah, in 2001. Yeah, in 2001.
Oh.
No, another, from another
Yeah.
series, yeah.
It's the
But in
foundation.
2001, Donald Trump is a nice guy. He's very funny guy.
As long as it's check clears.
No, in 2001, Donald Trump, yes, okay, but brilliant. But it was in New York. I don't be there. But the people call me from the gallery. Yo, Trump, come here with his son. A Cuban girl, very beautiful Cuban girl, that is in the
Is it dancer?
no, but estamos
Miss Universe.
the Miss Universe.
Miss Universe.
Ya. Y entonces ellos le regalaron esa obra a esa muchacha, pero pagó Donald Trump con su cheque.
The
The
foundation.
gallery gave the paint to the girl, but Donald Trump paid for it.
Yeah, well, Donald Trump. And they want a history. Cuban artists have two presidents, Donald Trump and Barack Obama, both painting. Well, you know that the magazine and the periodistas, journalists always try to find out. Say something that is well. Of course, I have a lot of attention around the world, around the people that love art. I've received a lot of visitors from museums, galleries around the world. Well, you can imagine that the King of Morocco, when it comes to Cuba, they visit my studio. They ask me for, I see people, who's one of the most influential or artists in Cuba. Well, in Cuba we have a lot of most of the artists. I am not the best, of course not. You know, but I'm very glad to if he shows me. They give 25 names, including my professors, and they chose only one. You know, he see the paintings and he chose only one. And he came to my place 1 week telling he come tomorrow, he didn't come. He come tomorrow, he don't come. He want to taste croquetas, I make croquetas, he don't come. Well,
Until they finally did it.
finally, at 7th day, come a girl. Hey, the king in 2 hours. And it's fantastic because a lot of cars, too many people with guns and wow. And the funny story, the guy that make the feast for the king, I don't know the king. he came in a people and said, sorry, and he go out and, hey, king, no, I know the king. And the king behind. Yeah. And the guy, the king, but all the gallery.
All the pages of
Everything.
Wow.
Everything. If I knew that, I asked him for more paintings. He bought everything. And was funny because he invited me to go to Morocco. I've been 3 times in Morocco. Maybe the next year, I say maybe because I don't know with the COVID and everything. I have my first exhibition in the big museum in Rabat, the museum of the king. I got a painting there. I've been 3 times working for the exhibition. I have around 100 works. Big installation, big paintings. I want to make the exhibition, but for the moment, it's complicated. But it's funny because my wife always told me that don't say that story, The first time I don't know her. The first time I go to Morocco, the king made me an invitation to see his harem. Any woman, beautiful woman. Yeah, every city have one.
Don't say that story.
It's fantastic because this.
Can we go to the next
No, but
story?
come on, let's take some wine. It's fantastic because it's when I see Aren, all the people say, oh. Yes, and another thing. This lady is like a geisha. They have a lot of understanding of what's going on in the world, history, the religion.
They specializes some topics.
Yeah. I promise you that all that I did was started. Yeah. What more? We got more? Well, thank you very much. I'm very glad to be here. I want to see when I finish my work, because this is only the beginning. I try to make the best I can, for all the people here, the people can come.
The 17th.
Thank you very much.
So who is going to be back on the 17th between 6 and 9 o'clock? Raise your hand. Yeah. Please invite your friends, your nice friends, the ones that have harems. So
Send me an invitation and I'll send it out.
yeah, I'll send it to you. And I know that Michael has all of your emails because that's how you got here. So we will make sure to remind you. And it's a small space, but we would love like a really full crowd and a cycle throughout the night. I can't wait to see you.
When I have your exhibition in my place,
Only if I
always
get to the
invite.
hair.
Let's go to Cuba.
No, I love Cuba. I've
Yeah.
been twice and I can't
Okay,
wait to see
fantastic.
you and have food with you and cook at us.
You love more when
It's an amazing chef.
Yeah.
Amazing
So,
chef.
Yeah.
and we are so proud to have you, and I
Thank you
can't,
very
if
much.
this is what you produce in like a couple of hours, I can't wait to see what you produce in a couple of
Thank you very much. baby.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Normally, I plan to